The old coffee pot hissed like it was tired too. Chairs scraped against the linoleum floor as the Thursday night meeting wrapped up, one story at a time. On the wall hung the 12 traditions, handwritten and framed, edges curled from years of cigarette smoke and coffee steam. Ben sat in the back where the newcomers usually land, halfway between lost and listening. He'd just hit 9 months sober and thought he had a few things figured out. But tonight, the group was wrestling with a small disagreement. Whether to change the meeting format or keep things the same. Voices rose, suggestions tangled up, and Ben could feel his pulse tighten with old impatience. Then he caught sight of Joe, one of the old-timers, weathered and steady as the chair he sat in. Joe hadn't said a word all meeting, just nodded, his eyes soft but sure. When a motion finally passed, Ben expected him to chime in or correct something. But Joe simply smiled and began stacking chairs. Afterward, Ben asked, "Are you okay with how it went?" Joe shrugged. "Doesn't matter what I think, kid. Group conscious has its say. My job is to trust it and keep showing up." That landed somewhere deep with Ben. As he finished folding up chairs, a quiet peace settled in. And not because everything made sense, but because he realized something essential. Stability wasn't about controlling the outcome. It was about belonging to something bigger than himself. Sometimes the greatest power is in restraint. And sometimes faith looks like letting go and trusting the group. That night, walking to his car, Ben felt steady. Not in the way of someone who'd arrived, but in the way of someone finally learning how to stay. That story of a sideline saint in the following take was written, produced, and based on today's reflection titled A Unique Stability. So today's reflection beautifully captures the soul of AA's quiet strength, the paradox of finding personal stability in collective surrender. It highlights how humility, patience, and shared experience form this kind of emotional scaffolding for a sober life. The elder statesman isn't a power figure, but a symbol of spiritual maturity, someone who has traded control for wisdom. A unique stability speaks to that center of gravity that emerges when ego fades and trust in a higher order deepens. In a world fueled by chaos and self-will, AA's principles act like spiritual hydraulics, absorbing shock, redistributing force, keeping the whole thing balanced. The reflection reminds us that recovery isn't just about abstaining, it's about belonging. And that stability isn't dull. It's earned through friction, surrender, and showing up one day at a time, even when life goes sideways. And that's what we've got for you today here at Warm Cup of Reflection. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I love you all and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning.